What's a thing that is not as cool as everybody says? Sugar. In Ireland a crazy amount of people in their 20s do it for social events. Very overpriced, addictive, can fuck up your nose and makes a hangover 10x worse. The 4 most overrated things in life are champagne, lobster, booty fun, and picnics. Christopher Hitchens. Dry ice. Liquid nitrogen is way cooler. Upvotes in chemist. Unpredictability. I like order and routine. I want the milkman, the paper boy, even TV. Everybody shits on normal as boring and lame. After a lifetime of unpredictable days and years, I love routine and an organized life. Drinking until you throw up. I just don't see why people do that. I can't emphasize enough how ridiculous it is that a lot of people think that not wearing helmets when biking for skateboarding makes them look cooler. In fact, not wearing a helmet just makes you look rash and stupid. Coolness will also be the last thing on your mind when your skull makes contact with the pavement. Elon Musk. Dude is a parasite on society. He likes to portray himself as some kind of self-made genius, but he's neither. His parents owned a diamond mine in apartheid South Africa, so his family wealth is built on near slavery, and he didn't invent anything. The companies that made him a billionaire he bought from their founders. He's just a rich guy who uses the extreme wealth his family exploited to buy things other people created, then exploit more workers to make even more wealth and start the cycle all over. Most cryptocurrencies. I like blockchain as a technology, but people thinking that cryptocurrency is the future tend to forget about the big picture. Yes, the government and banks can't control your money, but they also can't help you out when it goes wrong. Banks don't like their customers being defrauded. The cryptocurrency doesn't really care too much, Ethereum aside, and that's a very controversial subject anyways. Also, if Bitcoin is using more power than a top 30 electric power consuming country, then I don't think it's cool to burn the planet alive to mine it, only for it to basically be a less regulated stock market. Straight clubs are just sad. I've been to a straight club once and then a gay one. The gay one was lively, and despite the sexual atmosphere of it all, it was so much less sketchy and predatory. Being a teenager. Everyone always tells me I'm going to look back at this time with joy, but I don't see why. I'm not allowed to act like a kid because people will tell me I'm too old for that and should be mature, but I'm also not allowed to act like an adult because no one will take me seriously because I'm still a teen. I have a lot of responsibilities but no freedom. I'm dependent on my parents to make some life decisions but have to make others on my own. All the while my hormones are going haywire and I'm questioning everything about myself. Like every teenager, I thought vaping was cool, until I saw how everyone looked while they were doing it. That's the dumbest, cringiest stuff ever. If you vape, believe me, you aren't cool, and no one gives a fluff. I don't vape for you, I vape for nicotine. Smoking. Why is it cool to assault everyone's nostrils with that? LA. Going to prom in high school. It wasn't as fun as people made it out to be. You spend a ton of money for dinner and a dress and a limo. The music sucks, your date is lame, corsages are stupid, you're not missing anything if you don't go. Freaking cupcakes. A complete culinary scam. Fast cars when you live in a city. A Lamborghini is nice and all, but somehow I don't think I'd appreciate it when it's rush hour in central London and you can only go 30 miles per hour anyway. Losing your V card. In my school people boast that they lost their virginity. They make fun of me for still being a V. The US is such a large and diverse country and every high school is different. So what you see on TV is true, but only if you break it down into pieces. If you make a list of all the stereotypes you see of a normal high school, you may not find a school that has all of the things on the list, but go down one by one, there's some school somewhere that has each of them. I came to this realization when someone watching High School Musical pointed out the large posters of Troy in the hallway, pointing out how unrealistic it is for a school to have banners of their star athletes on the walls. My school had banners of our star athletes on the walls. Yeah, I went to a very typical West Coast social high school. All outdoor hallways and shit. When I watch anything with a classic high school it feels so weird to me. Indoors in some big building. It really depends on where you went. One high school in the next town over had hitching posts for your horses should you choose to ride to school. Normal for them. Fucking wild for most anyone else, lol. Substances. My mom got all her kids taken away. Smoking Mary J and or vaping. Medicinal Mary J may have some benefits, but casual use over extended periods of time can rewire your brain and impact your critical thinking. Plus, smoking in general is bad for your lungs. Yeah, my parents use Mary J occasionally and it's never by smoking or vaping. My mom used it during chemo and she's doing fantastic. Another thing about it is that people under the age of like 25 really shouldn't use it because their brains are still developing. Once you're past your early 20s I think occasional use may even be beneficial, but using it beforehand can cause you can develop an addiction, and that's a problem obviously. Volcanoes. People say that they are really cool when indeed they are incredibly hot. I do not know why people would spread such lies. Cars. Yeah, they are useful. Yes, they go places conveniently. No, I don't give a shit how loud you can make your vroom vroom nor how shiny it is after being polished, lol. Owning lots of guns. Don't get me wrong, shooting a gun is fun. It's awe-inducing realizing how much power is in such a small thing, and gives you a pump of adrenaline when you hear the loud bang and feel the recoil. I'm in the military though, and so many people I've met are just obsessed with gun ownership. They don't go to the range. They don't hunt. They just want a gun because it's their right and they think gun ownership is a personality trait. Thank you. This is such a great phrase and I've never heard it before. I enjoy guns, but some owners like that are so annoying. I wish I could personally ban them from buying guns. Go ahead and collect an arsenal. Whatever. But owning weapons doesn't say anything about you as a person. Thinking it does is annoying. Some are so obsessed it's kinda scary. I guess that's true of a lot of products though. For example, your 95 decibel Harley doesn't make you manly. Partying clubbing for me. I tried to force myself to like it for a bit, but ultimately I just didn't care for the vibe. I'd much rather sit around with friends and play board games or have deep conversations. Why spend money on overpriced alcohol cover? This applies more to clubbing than house parties when you can easily spend that money on loads of snacks, ice cream, whatever you might fancy. Reddit. Nobody says Reddit is cool, trust me. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed. Press the bell notification. Make sure to check out our other videos.